I will come to some tips for what we can do to support the autistic person, but we've also got to think about, again, thinking about the environment. So the autistic person is part of the friendship, and it might be that we're supporting and they're making friends with other autistic people, and it might be other neurotypical people. So part of that friendship and that exchange is the autistic person, and part is the peer that they want to be friends with. So as well, I think it's thinking about both sides. And it's not all of the work just being at the side of the autistic person, having to make all of the change or all of the learning and different learning to have to do to make that social connection. Actually, there's lots that we could do about enhancing understanding in peers who are neurotypical, to learn more about autism, for example, or to learn more about this person who they share a classroom with, share a fun outside school activity with, that give them and build their skills in how to engage and build a relationship and build understanding. So that idea of kind of like it being a bridge, that it's not all of the work maybe being placed at the door of the autistic person, but actually we're thinking about how we support peers as well and enhance their understanding and their openness to building and becoming friends and supporting the autistic person more involved. So it's not all about the autistic person making all of the change. So that's one starting point. And then also around, so if we think about, okay, well, what is it that we could learn or what we could do? So one of the terms that we hear used a lot are social skills. So we think about these social skills that we need to support us to succeed in various social situations. So one of the things that we can do is support somebody to learn some of these social skills. For example, how to make small talk. So, you know, how to get a conversation started with somebody. So some useful conversation starter phrases. A social story might be helpful for that. So for example, if it was about conversation starters, then it would explain that sometimes we just need to make some small talk to start a conversation with somebody. Sometimes that can continue on to more in-depth, more interesting conversation if we find things that we have in common, and sometimes that's the end of the conversation. So, you know, it's explaining and making it a bit explicit, and we might script some of the things that you would say in that small talk or in that conversation, beginning of a conversation exchange, and then role play, so the person might get to practice with someone that they know and they're a bit more familiar with, before identifying a situation where they're going to go and they're going to practice, and then self-monitor. Did I use the small talk? How did I remember to do that? Did I need some kind of visual cue, something written down that I could have a look at before I started talking to the person? Did I have a little reminder set in my phone that I could read and look at before I went into the social exchange that supported me, therefore to use that strategy and then to be more successful